balance with work ethic. I'm a boss, making decisions my first fetish. The verse cherished is perfect, that's a reverse blemish. I drop it, connected to block, learn Tetris.
This is the Sorry Street Podcast. Welcome to the house of and shout out to the members.
Good morning. I see y'all in the chat, and anybody that says late again, man, y'all could kick rocks, man. Shout out to Cameron Moses. What did I have the stream scheduled for? Like 4 minutes ago? I keep telling y'all, when you start seeing the notifications go out, when you see the social media posts come up and all that on Instagram, on Twitter, and on Facebook, within the next 3 to 8 minutes, the live is going to start. All right. I'm getting the live out to people. I'm setting up the live for y'all. I got y'all, but that's just a YouTube thing. Like, you have to set the time of when it's projected to start. So somewhere in that window, man. Damn. All right. Good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday. I know y'all see this title. I see comments already talking. I see people laughing emojis. I see, yeah, I see that. I see laughing. This was all before the damn stream even came on. You know what I'm saying? So I see y'all. I understand that titles like this, even thumbnails like this, sometimes could be misleading. Y'all know my personality, my character. Y'all know the storylines over the years. So this is very, very unexpected for people. But I am actually going to get to something very, very important to start this live off. Right? I'm going to show y'all something. I'm going to show y'all what I hope a lot of people can have appreciation for. Okay. Give me 1 second. This was actually one of my Christmas gifts. All right. Gallon stainless steel jug. I stay on even heavier water if I do any drinking the night before. I was up last night late watching Squid Games too. Have a couple drinks, enjoying my little Friday, kicking my feet up. But all right, let's get into it. This is what all y'all are here for. First and foremost, disclaimer. Y'all see the old intros where I had that bold disclaimer that came up in the screen? It said disclaimer, facts, check. Opinions, check. Lies, no. X mark. 0 lies, all facts and opinions. I will get to parts of this video and this live here because I got 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like about 5 chapters that I gotta walk through. Okay. What I do is sometimes I put the actual bullet of the chapter, like a 2-word reminder for what chapter 2 is, and the rest of it is here. I just look at my notes and I say, oh yeah, okay, this is where I'm talking about the media, and then I just go into my Rain Man mode, okay, because it's all here. And a beautiful thing about having the memory that I have, having the integrity that I have, having the character that I have. Another thing that I also have is I have truth, right? And the thing about truth is it doesn't change. And truth gets even worse when there's literal documentation, files, and records behind it. It gets even worse. So there's going to be points during those 5 chapters where if you are up to speed, if you are intelligent, if you are reading the room, if you are reading me, you will interpret intelligence. I'm sorry, not intelligence. You will interpret sarcasm. Okay, there's going to be times where I'm being sarcastic. There's going to be times where I'm trying to be hintful, and I'm just not going all the way out there and saying, like, let me not say all of that, because I'm really not on that type of time. I'm really just trying to make a point. I'm really just trying to correct things. There'll be times during that. But the intro of this live, there's absolutely no sarcasm. There's absolutely all bullshit. It's going to come 100% from a place of my truth, right? And my integrity. Okay. I promise you. The intro. Okay. Let me get to the intro. And I hate that when people do like apologies, if they come with explanations after, people begin to think that they're trying to invalidate the apology. And that's not my intention at all, right? I heard that space the other day, And part of me was just like, there's so much in there that I can and I would address. Y'all know me. Like, I don't got no picks. I'll address any and every, or I'll leave shit alone. And I've left a lot alone over the years. But videos like this are meant to be time markers. They're meant to be bullets of history on the RBE channel for anybody that needs that side of the story, or what really could be interpreted as facts. Okay. Because here's the thing about facts, and you have to be careful of these type of people in the world. We're going to walk people. This could be a long live. You have to be careful of these type of people in the world. The type of people where the facts could be in front of them and they don't want to accept them. Now, there's different motives for not accepting something. No, not my baby. That's one of them, right? Like, no, the cops is knocking on the fucking parents' door because they just arrested your son for stealing. Not my baby. Yes, your baby. People have a lot of different motivations for not accepting facts. Maybe you could be getting paid, right? Maybe the amount of opportunity that you get somewhere is so enhanced, or it's so preferable, or it's the majority of your year in that particular space of income or just opportunity and light, that you're gonna shun anything else that stands against that. That's where some of these storylines even come from. That's where even some of the battlers have chimed in. Like, that whole rivalry over the years, and now I'm talking about just from the battler standpoint. Like, some of them I've had either phone behind the scenes conversations with, or even face-to-face conversations with, but I know where the loyalty and some of that stuff comes from. It comes from opportunity. It just comes from opportunity. Chris Rock said once upon a time, a man is as loyal as his options. Like, it's all applicable. It's all applicable. The conversations that I've had with Surf on the phone, I'm just waiting for like free Surf. I can't wait till he gets back home so that anything that I ever want to say that's attached to him, he's here to defend it. And we had some epic fucking arguments for y'all, entertaining arguments and back and forth. Free Surf. I can't wait till he gets back. Jack Boy Maine. You know, he was a lead guy. KFC. We saw each other face to face, man. And all we had was fucking smiles and laughing for each other. You know what I'm saying? We knew what it was. Like, and shout out to Jack Boy. Like, it was hilarious when we seen each other. That's all we did was turn it into one big fucking joke. You know what I'm saying? If you watched New Jersey Twerk versus Big K, how many views is that battle right now? I'm gonna assume it's over 500,000 views. I'm standing right there in the front, letting Twerk tell me something that's not true. And I took it in stride. I take it like as a part of this whole entertaining narrative for y'all. Where I could literally be standing there in a video that's going to do like 500,000 views, 1 million views, whatever the case may be, a performance of the year candidate, and let this man say shit to me that's not true, that's actually against my company, my reputation. You know what I'm saying? And it's part of it. I take it in stride. The emotional jokes, dude, we're going to get to it. That's like a narrative. You need to get a new one, right? So like, I could sit there and just take it like everybody else. Pause for y'all that need that. And the list goes on and on and on. You know what I'm saying? And to be fair, it's no different. Like, you say something wild about RBE, you know, somebody like Holla, who's very vocal and he's also very, very based in truth, he might respond. Or you say something about RBE, you might see Rosenberg Raw get on his platform and say, wait, we're not doing that. You say something about RBE, Show Off might call your phone. He's like, but the beautiful thing about all of that is, as much as these guys, I appreciate them, I love them, and I respect them for how they carry themselves over the years. One thing, for the last 10 to 13 years that you guys have known me, I will also be right there on the front lines and speaking for myself. I'm not the guy that hides behind people. I don't go the Jay-Z route where I put Beanie Siegel in front of me or put this person in front. I'm there, right, to speak up for myself as well and compliment all my people that fuck with me and support me. Get a million calls behind the scenes. 40 Cal hits me the other day. Swave hits me the other day. Heavy Bags hits me the other day. Bloggers hit me the other day. But I can speak for myself as well. So I appreciate it. But here's the part of the intro where I want to say I'm turning off all sarcasm. I don't want anybody to take this the wrong way. I'm turning off all sarcasm. I genuinely want to issue an apology to URL and to the battle rap culture for putting out the question / narrative. And when I say I put out the question, I knew what I was doing. I was forcing the question and forcing the narrative, opposed to making the direct statement. But when I got on camera and I said, "Did you do this?" Right? I knew what I was doing. I knew what those words really meant. So to that respect, I apologize for that, because it's true. The evidence, which is what some people request, of that situation was never publicly or privately presented. Does the evidence exist? I'm not sure. I'm being so real. I could bluff that shit if I want to. I could just blow. And if everybody, is lost here, I'm talking about the situation with MBS. And shout out to MBS. Shout out to K over there. Shout out to Danny Myers over there. I'm talking about the situation with MBS. The reason why I want to clear that is because it seems to be one of very, 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 very few stains that you can put on ARP's jacket. So I want to man up and I want to say, I apologize if that's not true. Now, what came to me was vicious. What came to me, unfortunately, was in line with past circumstances. We'll get there. But that particular situation that some people like to bank on so much, it was never fully proven. So to that respect, when people come out, even the people one, I'm going to come to that in a second. My mind moves very fast. When people come out and they say, it's not fair that people could say something and then if it never gets verified or proven out, they never have to take accountability. They never have to apologize. I'm here to take that off the table once and for all. I apologize. I apologize because it may not be true. MBS, if it is, now that I apologize publicly, now you're on your own with that particular situation. You could prove it on your own, or you cannot prove it, or you can leave it alone. Everybody can leave it alone. It's really old news. Like, really, nobody cares. You know what I'm saying? Didi, I see you. Stay with me. Right? So I don't want that on my jacket anymore. Right? I've never moved like that. I've moved with integrity and principle in this culture. And a lot of people have always respected. I can't do this for the 10 to 13 years that you guys have known me if this isn't the real me. You could only fake and act for so long. I never jump outside my body. I don't act like some gangster. I don't act like some tough guy. I tell all y'all I'm Mr. Civilian. I'm just here conducting good business. I built the reputation that I earned. I built the platform that we've earned, and y'all respect me for it. It's really no deeper than that. That's really the summary. But that apology is deserved. Now, obviously, just now I was talking to Beasley. Okay, Beasley, every time I hear you do these spaces or I hear you do these interviews and you either reference that so indirect, we don't have to do that. Like, you don't have to do that. Like, the whole playing cool without saying somebody's name, or it just doesn't fly. Everybody knows what we're talking about and who we're talking about. I'm not running to the courts behind you actually saying RBE or saying ARP. It's okay. It's not that serious, right? But I did 100% realize the elevation in your voice when you got to that topic. You seem to be very, very, very passionate about that specific topic. Go play it back yourself. You started cursing. You don't even curse that much. That's when you started cursing. That's when your voice goes up. That's when you seem to be pretty much agitated. I see that. There goes your apology for it now. Okay. And once again, the whole acting like we're not talking to each other when we really are. I think we're bigger than that and we're beyond that, right? Like, you say my name to bloggers behind the scenes. You say my name to battlers behind the scenes. You say my name to lawyers, literally. So what's the point? Like, what are we doing here? Like, let's stop. Let's not act. There's no need to do it. All right. Now, let's go to since that started with the media. That's the intro, and that's the genuine apology. I don't want it on my name. I don't want it on my jacket. Okay. Now, let's get to the real chapters now. since we talked about that MBS situation, since I just publicly addressed it right there, okay, and since we're talking about media, why would I even cut on a camera the way that I did and say, hey, guys over there, I have a question. Did you attempt to pay that person to not cover RBE, right? And I put that question out there and then everybody picked up on it, right? Why would I even do that? Like, for example, if somebody came out right now, if a battle rapper comes out right now and says ARP I'll just say block my battle, right? Something that's just I'm not known for, right? Bloggers that pick it up, right? They're just looking for content, right? You don't really pick up things and present things, well, at least I don't, right? That are very, very far from what's already known or what's common or what's understood. Okay. You don't really run with things that are far-fetched on people. Okay. Like, is it very, very far-fetched that I would purposefully go into iBattle and try to take 5 people off of iBattle's card and pay them off that card to come be on my card? That's very, very far-fetched for my reputation. For other people in the culture, that may not sound far-fetched. Okay. So if you're staying with me, if you guys are keeping up, right? What I'm doing is I'm saying that media example with NBS, there's literal accounts for it outside of NBS. For example, Vodafly has already publicly admitted multiple times that he was requested not to go to other events outside of URL and cover them. Okay, that's like around the time where Vodafly was like still on Champion with Jay Black and all that type of stuff. Vodafly has already publicly put this out there that he was being pressed to not cover other events. Okay. Another one, I believe, is Chris Unbiased. I'm not sure if it was around the time that he and Angry Fan and other bloggers were being asked to possibly come in and like do judging or cover the tournaments or whatever the case may be. Unbiased has publicly stated this as well. Okay. It also happened recently. Well, not recently. It happened at a Blue Room event because stay with me, people. The parallels just draw so fast in my mind. What Beasley does is he's very calculated in his answers with things. And the thing about people that don't go off the cuff like that, and when I feel like some of the stuff is scripted, like when he goes up to Jay Black, that to me lowers the integrity of it. I could sit up here and do this live all day. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to do an edited blog. But when he does that, like he's really killing y'all that are slower. When he says the 3 biggest media outlets, which is Jay Black, 15 Minutes of Fame, and Hip Hop Is Real. If I don't do that with them, then why would I? That's for slow people. That's for slow people. Okay. Even once upon a time, Rome DMV was put in a pocket. I got memories like that. It's one of the reasons why Rome DMV attacked the Rare Breeds card, allegedly, right? I'll say allegedly for some stuff, and then there's going to be stuff that I'm not even going to say allegedly for because I have the actual documents during the course of this video, okay? Hip Hop Is Real. I just spoke about Vodafly and Chris Unbiased. These are legitimate accounts that are already public, but let's go down the list that Beasley mentioned. Hip Hop Is Real. There was a time when Hip Hop Is Real was trying to be even hired. Right? What's y'all battle rap memories like? Okay. Even me and Knowledge had a mini fallout. Knowledge, it was around the time that I was doing the validation cards. The validation series is the series that produced battles such as like Aver versus Bonnie, JC versus Craig Lamar. That little small studio that held like 40 people. Hashtag small room. I just put sarcasm on that for a reason. People that know will pick up on it. Right? But that's the validation series. Knowledge comes in there one time, and I gave him that type of energy because of what was going on. And me and him got past it, and we've been cool ever since, super cool ever since. Okay. 15 Minutes of Fame, led by Uncle Ra, right? Uncle Ra will flat out tell you if he's going to be straight up, they guide my interviews. They tell me what I can't ask. And I hate for anybody to interpret that, because I don't want Uncle Rod to feel a way about that, like he's not his own man, right? But it's a fact. It's a fact. Okay. So when we talk about these three major platforms, like why never them? No, there are attempts to control them. For example, when Swave went to the URL face-off, right, to cover content for 15 minutes of fame, I won't even say the name, but you see it even in the footage while he's talking to DNA. It looked like a ghost pops over Swave's shoulder, right? And the person was pretty much making them wrap up the interview because 15 minutes of fame, Swave was asking DNA about an upcoming RBE battle. And the person standing behind Swave, who was working for 15 minutes of fame, it was like, that ain't happening. We ain't discussing no RBE content here, right? That's, I don't want to OD. Oh, you're blocking it. Like, big deal. Like, not a big, like, who the fuck cares, right? But peep the parallel that comes out recently, because the justifications that come out of scenarios like that later on is like, it's not an event. It's a private shoot of a face. Like, you know how much, face-off events that I've had that were private, not publicly promoted, and the media, Hip Hop Is Real, and 15 Minutes of Fame were there, and they asked questions about other leagues. Want to know why they do that? Because Uncle Rod just told you in the midst of trying to explain his issues with Hitman. Hitman is running an event, Power Moves, Bags and Bodies. It's his fucking house at the time. That's what it is. If I book a venue and I put on an event, that venue is my house. I'm fully in the right to say who I do and I don't want to be there. Think I've never kicked somebody out of an RBE event before? There's footage of us kicking somebody out of an RBE event. Matter of fact, off a stage, I think it's the Big Cannon versus it might be Big Cannon versus Craig Lamar. Dr. God is looking at me on stage like, what you want to do? Put him out. That's enough. If I don't want you to be there, you won't be there. You know what I'm saying? That goes for anybody. It goes for anybody. You know what I'm saying? So if it's your house, yet media can tell you the reason why I'm shooting this content is because I'm doing my job. That was Uncle Rod's explanation. He said, I'm doing my job, which basically, if you guys are smart enough, it's stating the fact of it's not about whose event it is. It's not about that it's this person's face-off or this person's battle rap event or this person's whatever. The fact is, I'm media and my job is to cover battle rap. And when I'm covering battle rap, if that league or if that battle rapper or if that situation over there is within what I want to cover for content, that's what I'm going to do. And Uncle Rod and Hitman asked each other that 5 times as they got into it. What are you doing? Uncle Rod says, I'm doing my job. Hitman's like, but I don't understand that because this is my event. And Uncle Rod's like, I'm doing my job. So if you're going to accept it, then when Uncle Rod gives that answer to Hitman, accept it across the board, because that's how media move anyway. There's an event. I've literally had Uncle Rod call me before and say, ARP, I'm never going to say nobody's name publicly if I can't stand it, because I would never put no lies on no man's name. I literally had Uncle Rod call me before, agitated with me, and say, ARP, I got an issue with you because I was just at this URL event or whatever, and you didn't tell me before I'm going to that event what your upcoming card was. You kept it a secret. Instead of keeping it a secret, tell me what the card is so I could go do interviews while I'm there about it. That's battle rap, and that's media. And if Uncle Rod Knowledge want to stand up and say anything different, they're invalidating themselves, their work, and their word. So when I talk about the examples with Vodafly, it's public already. When I talk about the examples with Chris Unbiased, it's public already. When I talk about even my little fallout with Knowledge, that's more private. When I talk about Uncle Ron 15 Minutes of Fame doing media, it's all public. Just put the pieces together, people. It's public. From that interview when he was interviewing DNA to his explanation of his back and forth with Holla, it's all there public for y'all. So to string back to my point, am I just jumping out the window and saying, damn, I want to ask the question, is MBS being paid to do something? Am I doing it because he's emotional? He was emotionally taken advantage of or hijacked? Is that why he did it? Or is it because there's already accounts of this shit? And the accounts that I'm putting out there, these people can't even detract it because I'll just edit up the actual files and for y'all. And they stand their shit anyway, I assume, because they fucking men. Okay. It's the media piece. Now, when we talk about my earlier genuine apology, I wonder, does anybody have it within them to apologize to me for the things that I would accuse them of? Because I was accused, and rightfully so, of creating a narrative that was never publicly proven. I'm not saying, I don't like, once again, it could be true, it could not be true. But I'm not walking around, to y'all knowledge, with the actual evidence, right? So, okay. Would anybody give me the same? Because if we're talking about integrity and we're talking about, my problem is when people have these accusations or when people do these things, they never have to take accountability, which is what ARP just did in the intro. They never have to apologize. They never have to do none of that. Okay. What's good for the goose must also be good for the gander. Let's get into I'm warming up. Let's get into media. Media speaking or being vocal. You know, that's another one that people try. Like I'm not the internet guy and I don't speak about this type of stuff publicly and I don't do this and I don't do that. Once again, the thing about the public internet, the thing about text messages, it's the stuff never goes anywhere. It's never erased. You just need to have the memory for it, or you just need to be willing to accept the truth, right? Which I do very well. So, fact of the matter is, like, I watched the same person do interviews, pretty much calling Miss Gracie a coon. It's public. It's there. And if it's not public anymore, I have it. Like, I have everything for like 12 years. Got the interviews with this person calling Miss Gracie, for the better explanation of it, a coon. Now, they had their own little back and forth of why it was said. I don't want to act like I'm trying to strip the context, but it happened. I remember the interview telling King of the Dot, if you don't book black battle rappers, nobody will show up. It's a little racist, but I know there's more context to it. That's me being fair. I don't even have to do that shit. I know there's more context there, but this was stated. Even in the direction of RBE. Dude, I have the interviews of you dissing me directly. You remember my early blogs when I was sitting like on that ledge and shit? It's like when I did the blog about like Queens flipping steams and all those, and you dissed me in that for that blog. Like, oh, he's sitting there with his wife beater or whatever. Like, all right, I was wearing wife beaters was popular at the time. I never wore one of them G unit shits. Never put on the G unit bra. but I had my wife beaters back then because wife beaters was fucking popular. I had some old blogs that might still be on the channel. Well, all right. And you got me with it. That was a good one. You know, when you get me with a good one, I'm going to admit it. It's in an interview. He dissed us for the venues that we use because we did the Starting Five event in a strip club. You know, and you said the strip poles in the background. Like, come on. Like it goes both ways. It's been going both ways forever. Even the amount of trolling Like, if you really go back in battle rap, like the trolling on Facebook was epic. There was actually a contradiction in that recent space about. Anyway, I could do a reaction video to that space and have to pause it every 10 seconds. But even the trolling on Facebook, like, it's in the comments of these YouTube videos. It's in the comments of like the Chris Unbiased Review Facebook group, the Angry Fan Facebook group. Those are the two most, and the NHB one. Those three, from what I remember, those are probably three of the most prominent Facebook groups back then, right? And everybody would account for it. Everybody would say like, all right, RBE dropped the battle, any moment now. And then there you would go. And you actually, dude, you have an interview speaking to Guy Feltatha about it, explaining it. So there's a lot of contradictions. There's a lot of bullshit. There's a lot of lies. But once again, the facts don't change and the documents never change. Okay. So the media being used, the social media, the trolling, like that's small shit. Like, who wants to apologize for that? Like, for what? You want me to apologize for promoting or for trolling Facebook threads or dropping battles on top of you? That's business. That's competition. I've told lawyers I don't got no problem with competition. That's my position, right? Facts cannot erase that. Facts. Okay. But what I talk about more so, though, when we talk about integrity, and do people take accountability the same way you did in the beginning of this video, ARP? Once upon a time, I hit Swave up. This was in the process of me basically having the loss of one of my cards, and I hit Swave up, and I'm just like, yo, give me Dude's number. I text him. I was like, yo, we should talk before this gets any worse. That's big for me. Might not be big to you, but what's happening right there is big. And I text this person. I'll fast forward through the rest of that, and I'll say, even our lawyers, even their lawyers are aware of that. It's real shit. It's real shit. Because when you have the type of stuff that's going on over the years, and we talk about accountability, I'll ask questions again. Why did Hollow post his contract saying that niggas paid me like 30 grand to not battle Mook on RBE? Why did he post his contract on Twitter? I'm just asking questions again, right? Because if we're gonna ever take account, I want to know if all of this is wrong or if any of these are possible situations that anybody would ever want to take accountability for. Why did Hollow post that $30,000 on his contract and then caption it, I was paid this amount of money to not battle Murder Mook on RBE? Fast forward. Why did Hollow tweet what he tweeted to clean it up, get attacked by the entire culture? Like, hold on, you just did a 180. And then I got on the phone with him and he told me I was requested to tweet that from somebody as a favor to them to clean up their reputation around the same time that Sean was on MEO and going on his campaign and all that type of stuff, right? Just a question. This person's name I'm not going to say. I'll give you a hint. He's in the Get Back card main event. The Get Back card is the card that happened the same day as Genesis. Caffeine's launch in Atlanta, same city, same city, same day, same weekend, same production crew. Avocado had to go back and had to leave my shit early to go over there, right? Competition. Rosenberg Roy called me and said, yo, should we change it? I said, fuck no. 40 Cal called me and said, yo, should we move it? This is my return debut, dog. I said, fuck no. Competition is competition. I'll never bitch about it. Actually, things went well for us. Our karma landed pretty good that day for us, right? But here's something I've never said publicly. Within the main event, somebody got a phone call and was asked, how much would it cost to cancel that battle? I have the documents surrounding that. asking questions. Like I said, the apology was genuine, but now when you read certain pieces of sarcasm here, whatever, if you smart, you smart. If you're not, you're not. I'm off the hollow one. Why did somebody in my main event on that weekend that we're competing get a phone call and asked, how much does it cost to cancel that? I said the word why. It's a question. The infamous one. Let's bring it up on screen. The infamous one. Y'all know where I'm going, right? The infamous one. You don't even get Lux versus Verb unless Verb versus Mook happens. This is the beautiful thing about all the multiple leagues out here putting on and working, because there's a million battles that happened at We Go Hard and Trap House and Bullpen and Battle Academy and Chrome and Trenches and RBE and King of the Dot and URL, and the list goes on and on. There's a million battles that happen in these specific places that the battle rap timeline never gets unless that particular platform or league owner or group made it happen. And there's always a butterfly effect. Like butterfly effect, Loaded Lux versus Averb is a legacy battle. It doesn't happen unless Verb and Mook happen, right? This press conference never goes anywhere, though. It never goes anywhere.
I'm on this is the card I'm on. Rbe NT, right? This is the card I'm on, right? We had this, and this, we call it a spade fucking spade now, man. We had this date.
We call a spade a spade. Murder Mook is a man of integrity. Stand this shit forever. Everybody, stand this forever. I don't ever want to see somebody retract and tuck their tail. Back to the media for a second. Hold on. I'll play more of it. Since we're asking questions, and I spoke about 15 Minutes of Fame and Hip Hop Is Real earlier. Media, when you do blogs with people, and I never crossed Jay Black, and here's the tie-in to Jay Black when I left him out of those three people that were mentioned in that space, right? You would think that if we're in a content world where these media and these blogging platforms, they care about themselves and their content before us, and that's the way it's supposed to be. Okay, I'm not paying Uncle Ra or Knowledge or Jay Black's bills. Indirectly, if I put together an event and they can blog and cover it or whatever, that becomes a one-hand wash the other situation, because I get the promo for that, but they monetize that content and they eat as well. There's another reason why certain bloggers, they don't want certain platforms to go away, because that takes away content that feeds them, that puts money in their in their pocket. But when you think about it, when you talk about content, I've never seen these guys ask the question from any of these guys, these big platforms that don't tuck their nuts and do what they want, as everybody says. I've never seen somebody say, why did you send Rem a cease and desist? You could have a legitimate answer to it. I just never seen the question get asked, though. How come nobody ever says, why did you sue RBE? You ever see that question get asked? It's one of the biggest questions to ask in battle rap. I've never seen it asked once. Why'd you say that about Gracie? Why'd you say that about King of the... It makes me believe that going into certain interviews, one of two things is happening. When you say either A, these are the questions that I want you to ask me, or B, these are the questions that I don't want you to say, or the things that the topics that I never want you to cover. And of course, certain media has already confirmed this to me. Like, I'm half sarcastic right now. Right? And that's the lead into me with Jay Black. Now, Jay Black to me has been one of the coolest, most respected bloggers in the whole history of battle rap. Why? Because it's true. He has covered and supported everyone. He has, for the most part, avoided a lot of controversy. He's kept his name pretty clean. It's not easy to do that in such a toxic ass arena. And I give him infinite respect for that and the way he's carried himself in this arena over all these years. It's not easy to do that. But when I see you go up to that platform, dude, anybody that thinks that that's not an alley-oop situation, like I come up here and I got to no, can't talk about. Come on. Well, Black, you know, it's expected. So I would never target Jay Black for that. But we know what's going on. But okay, let's get back to this.
It set in way before anything. So Smack he did that to be petty. Made his Summer Madness. He did his
Everything I'm doing now folds into the same points, people. Because if you're never going to say, like, what's that happen with Rem? What's that happen with ARP and RBE? How about this question, people? It's come up a couple times over the years. What is Murder Mook talking about here? Ask the question, if you can. Or if you're not scared to. It's cool. I'll ask it.
He did his no. I am talking, right? He did his Summer Madness to be petty the week before, right? Like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Now, if something that you don't know what kind of business I got going on with Rbe, this could be, I could be well vested in this, right? So you doing that now? You like trying to take away from me? We can't do that. So one, the karma of what happened with that is the karma. It's the look. We got Will. Will was there. Will saved his real raps for today. You feel me? Look, listen, man. We know what happened, nigga. We know what happened. As far as a lot of things going on. Oh yeah. Because there was some other battle rap niggas that Smack was paying them not to be on the card.
What? 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 I've never done that. I never would. And I hope that this isn't true. It's for me, it's a question. For Mook, it's a statement. Let me bring that back. That's one of the craziest things for one of the biggest cards at that time that ever was put together in battle rap history. The original card to that, we'll get more into it, but the thing about documents on the internet and the truth and the opinions and the questions, they don't change unless time heals it. But then if anything false comes about, it just takes somebody that isn't scared to defend themselves or to speak the real to remind people. You're not going to put certain shit on my name or on my legacy or on my company without me revisiting pieces of truth, fact, documents, and history.
Him not to be on the card. Yeah. Hey, I just tell niggas what it is, man.
You know what's wild about that? It's so wild. Like, the reason why I respect this moment is because in this moment, Mook is willing to say things that a lot of people generally are scared to say. You know how you have them situations where it's just like people know, but just don't want to say it. And that's why when Mook says what he's saying here, you even see direct start to get uncomfortable because it's just like, oh, do I even want to be in a camera frame during this time? Because people are walking around with this shit. And I hate, it's another thing I have against the culture, a personal thing that I have against the culture. It's just like, I'm gonna create a parallel, but I would never put this on anybody's jacket in battle rap that I just need something. It's like people that, I don't even want to use Diddy. I was gonna create a crazy parallel right there. It's like just when you know something, when a lot of people know something, and then finally when it's said it's just like it scathes people. Like oh, we kind of wanted to ignore that or leave that alone, but that's what's happening right here.
Smack was paying them not to be on the card. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Now, what you have to also ask yourself is there also documents behind that statement?
I just tell niggas what it is, man. Hey, a couple battle rap niggas told me, I'm telling you, hey, bro, me, listen, Smack, like I said, Smack don't know what kind of business I got going on. Me and him cool, we cool. Don't chill out. Don't run away. Don't run away. We cool. But it's obvious that my son is doing competition. And anything that I'm on, if you want to compete with anything, this is bigger than just being A-Bird, man. This, like, you want to compete with something I'm on that possibly people could watch me and not for my brand, and you trying to take away from that. Now we in direct competition, line of sight. So battle rappers told me that Smack was paying them money, saying, are you on that card? I'll give you more money if you don't be on that card to come be on this card. And that
I'm not paraphrasing. I'm not trying to break down and simplify what he said. He said, Smack, he said battle rappers were telling him that Smack was asking him, are you on that card? And if so, I'll pay you more money to be on this card. That's what Murder Mook just said. That's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. But all right, so we did the hollow one. We did the get back card when I said somebody got a call that week, right? We just did which was always going to be very memorable to me, the Mook and the Verb. And now what the Mook and the Verb also bleeds into is the Verb and the Iron Solomon. You know, the Verb and the Lux situation was, right, it is what it is. And me and Verb have even made amends since then. So I don't need to do nothing or say nothing that's in that direction. You know, I'm not retracting on when we cool, we cool. Or when we leave it, we leave it. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't gonna now get on camera and be different. But that's what that all leads into. Oh my goodness. Like if me and Verb if we didn't put that down, me sitting here and exposing and breaking down, because of course, like me and Verb had a million text messages between each other, a PayPal that came, like all it. It's so, that was one of the ones that I left alone as far as like when y'all were begging for a detailed, edited breakdown ether blog. Because I thought that the business tied to it and the legalities tied to it and everything, I always thought that it was just so, it was different. It was bigger. And that's why I reached out to Swave and I said, give me dude's number. Let me hit him up because this right here is a way, 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 way bigger and more complex situation than just some typical competition type of shit. Right? But that full breakdown is nasty as fuck. It's not like to me, like something whatever, like the small shit, like the Cortez and 40 Cal shit, right? It's like small shit. That ruined me and Cortez's friendship. You know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to Cortez. I always thought that Cortez was one of the coolest niggas in battle rap. But that one situation right there ruined me and Cortez's friendship. And these be the byproducts of this shit. And shout out to Cor. But let's keep going because with Verb, I'm not Verb. What Mook was just talking about there, it's possibly attached to the 3 battles that I had contracted, I paid for, I legally had the right to do, and then ended up happening on URL, which is Geechee Gotti versus Math Hoffa, which is O-Red versus Iron Solomon, and which is rest in peace, Pat Stay versus Shotgun Shook. Now, you guys got to know that if I'm losing 3 battles on the biggest card at that point that I've ever done, there's a lot of communication that's happening. people are sending me communications that they're having with other people to show me proof of what's going on. And also, I have my own conversations with these people too. So there's a lot of documents for even those three. What I do, I man the fuck up. I took it on the chin. I replaced certain battles. Old Red versus Iron Solomon turns into Iron Solomon versus Big K. Big T and Ill Will come on the card to replace Math and Geechee. You know what I'm saying? And Pat Stay versus Shotgun Suge. Rest in peace, Pat Stay once again. Pat Stay turns into battling Danny Myers. It's part of this game. Right? I don't get under no wings. I ain't gonna sit and cry. I had the reputation for like the first 3 years of being RBE as being emotional because I was so rant mode about this type of shit. Like, yo, do y'all see this? Are y'all ignoring it? Do y'all care? Is or yeah, I mean, like nobody stood what I stood in this shit and said it's cool. I'm still gonna be in that same ring. I'm gonna walk away with a lot of black eyes, but my legacy after 10 years is also going to include that none of y'all could have did what I did and said, keep going. Like Jay fucking voice with free would keep going. Like, nah, it's cool. We're gonna deliver. Don't call me 40. Don't call me froze. Oh, should we change the date? No, we going. We going. That's just always been my personality and my character. There's just somebody that's just not going to go for a lot of the stuff that I had to sit back for 10 plus years and watch the culture go for. That's painful as shit. To be like, damn, 90% of y'all don't stand on no fucking principles and morals. Hi, I'm listening to Shata. Like, yeah, fuck it, just go business on these motherfuckers. No more favors, no more this, no more that. Just business. You're right. I'm good. I got a corporate America side to me. I got a business side to me. I got a street side to me. I could just mesh who I know how to move in this shit. Cool. And you end up getting what you get for 10 plus years, despite all these alleged efforts. And I'm talking about the loss of a lot. You think that me just mentioning that hollow situation, that get back situation, this rare breeds card situation, and pulling up what Murder Mook just said, that I'm pretty sure as a man, he's always going to stand on, right? Because they tried to make hollow reverse, and he did on Twitter, and then I spoke to him, and he gave me the green light. It's cool if you speak about this because I wronged you just now. I respect hollow for that. He was reversed for a second. But then he's like, ARP, do what you got to do with my name included because I wronged you just now. And once again, I respect Hollow for that. So, this one, this is a mega match that doesn't even include Murder Mook on RBE. I have the documents from both battlers from this same person. Moving right along. Daylight and Shine, like almost, I wish y'all had so many more details about that shit. You know how much Daylight has spoke about that shit publicly after the lawsuit on interviews and shit? Like we have every single one. It's our job too. It's my lawyer's job too. You know how much, even like there's shit that y'all don't know publicly about Shine. Oh, this is a funny one. How about this one? All right, this is more fun. This is more like let's all laugh about it, right? I'm not gonna flat out call it sabotage, but Jesus Christ, I'm sitting there hosting a battle in a blue room. I have this battle rapper named Rosenberg Raw versus Charlie Clips, right? And if you remember, in the third round, Charlie Clips actually sent me the fucking screenshot, so I have them in my possession. I don't have to say allegedly, with P, who is a partner at bare minimum, an employee at bare minimum of URL. And you sent that in to do what? To embarrass me? to embarrass Froze, whatever you're trying to do, whatever the point of that is, it's a 1 million view battle. Put on me and Froze's jacket. I never did no shit like that in that direction. If I did, show me. Show me. Shout out to Clips. I'm not blaming Clips for it. But I am blaming Clips for it, but Clips is my nigga, so it's different. Dare I talk about caffeine? I'm not stupid enough to get up here and go through shit like that and expose my full hand. I'm not stupid. I've said before, for everything that I say, there's probably 10 things that I don't. Because I'd be stupid to get up here publicly and just say, here's my whole hand. I got a big joker, a small joker. I got the ace of spade. I got the 2 of diamond. I got the 2 of spade. Nah, I'm not going to do that. I might have a fucking Boston, but I'm not going to show you the full. It's cool. Because the shit even goes into other leagues. Because if I bring up like examples like trenches, shout out to E. Easy versus Shotgun Shook coming up. What is it, January 5th? Let me get the date right for my folks over there. I fuck with them. Yeah, that's a Sunday. What's with everybody doing Sunday events? Cal just did that shit too. I believe it's January 5th coming up. I'm tuned in. We buying that pay-per-view. Shotgun Shook versus Easy Block Captain going down. On the way. Chrome 23 though. But the trenches. What was it? Truffaut. It was Danny Myers. It was somebody. You know how many people had private conversations with Danny Myers about that shit? There's no documents out there about that. All right, but forget it. Fuck private. Danny Myers himself did interviews publicly saying that he was threatened off the card and yeah, my hustle battle is gonna all of this type of shit. So the question goes once again, media, who asked that question? Yo, whatever happened with all those battles? Like Danny Myers said this publicly. Do you want to contest that? Or do you want to just sit here and talk about the MBS shit? Do you want to address that? And that's the thing. Watch this, people. I'm going to answer your question for you when you say why people aren't necessarily forced into these apologies or held at the same standard. No sarcasm. This is so real. This is to learn. Anybody that can't decipher or doesn't have the intellect. The reason why that side isn't pushed into the same standards when we're talking about this type of stuff, aka mishaps, or they're not being forced to apologize, is because motherfuckers would be damned to ever spin to ARP other than those people and say, ARP, you have to apologize. What do I mean by that for anybody that can't keep up? What do I mean by that? What the fuck do I mean? It's like, if I cheat on my girl 1,000 times and then she cheats on me once after me getting caught for the 1,000th time, let me guess. She's supposed to apologize to me and I'm never supposed to apologize to her? That's the comparison. So when you saw my apology in the beginning of the video, when I said, let's stand on morals and principles, and I agree then, let's hold each other to the same standards and accountability then. When I get down all these examples, which is 10% of what the culture knows, and when you see people in press conferences like getting uncomfortable because it's the shit that is just, we already know, but we don't talk about, or we're not allowed to ask on camera and in the media, let me see you do what I just did and take accountability. That's why I'm never asked to apologize, because the whole fucking world knows what's up. Battle is, shout out to Rich, Nitty's manager. Shout out to Norbs. Shout out to bloggers. It's like this type of, there's so much that has gone around over the years. If it's not there publicly already, it's there behind the scenes. And we all know it. We all know it. So I do agree that, you know, it gets to the point where it's like, all it does is create the more back and forth and the part 1 and the part 2 and the part 3 of the blog or whatever. I agree, man. Like who fucking wants to play volleyball? That shit is corny, it's nasty. It doesn't look good for me. It doesn't look good for other people. It looks bad on all of us, right? Our lawyers then start fucking interpreting this shit, right? It's not cool, but I don't let bullshit sit on me. I just don't have picks. If it's relevant to me and it's coming from somebody who's listened to, I don't allow it. And I honestly believe that that's one of the reasons why you don't talk as much anymore, is because you know what's really on you, right? Because I gave the examples of when it's cool when you're saying, yo, King of the Dot, like them niggas can't book no fucking card without black battlers, or call it damn near Miss Gracie a coon or an ARP, like him and his wife be like, nah, like you enjoy that stuff. You're sarcastic, you have fun with it, you're intelligent, you manipulate, like you enjoy putting people in their place. But when your hands get but so dirty, you know what I'm saying? I'm speak on that and then have ARP come behind and then prove it. Like, so it's not a good situation for anybody or everybody, right? But Uppercut Podcast, appreciate the super chat, says the battle rap culture needs you, ARP. I really, really appreciate that. I really, really appreciate that. And I'm proud behind the scenes to continue to still be active in the space, even though I'm retired. You know, I still book my little one-off battles to be shot and go straight to YouTube. That's free. Comes out of my pocket. There's no bells and whistles to that, people. There's no bells and whistles to that. In a couple days, we have 4 battles coming up. I got Arsenal versus Coach Coleon. I got the Saurus debut, the legend, versus Dollar Bill. I got O-Red versus Emerson Kennedy. And I got Active versus J Murder being shot in a couple of days in LA. And flights be costing like $800 a piece and shit. Hotels, their deposits, their back ends, me. I just pay for it. Me. I'm not even acting. My legacy is stamped and sealed. I don't even have nothing to prove anymore. So it's just like me doing it is purely for the fan base that I still know is on the channel. And some of the members deserve their exclusive content as well. Like they there. I see the members on the channel. I shout out to the members in my intro. Every fucking intro you see, it says shout out to the members. But you don't even have to be a member to get it. You could wait another 5 days or whatever, and then it's going to drop to you for free. Just act like it's not even there on the channel for the members. Just wait 5 days and you're going to get it for free. That's the position that I take for the battles that I've done all 2020, 2024. It's going to be the same thing in 2025. Been trying to talk Big K and Cassidy into doing a battle. You know what that's going to cost me? Just to go straight to YouTube. If I ever booked it, if it doesn't do like 2 million views, I'm not going to recoup that money. And then, of course, you got the support. When I can like purposefully cut on a controversial blog and start it out by saying, shout out to Calico, he got a card coming up. Or a high view video like this, because everybody loves controversy, where I could say Easy and Shotgun Sugar's coming up January 5th, right? Or if I could recap a battle, or if I could bring Easy on to do an interview to talk about the Shotgun Sugar battle, right? Or let me bring Shotgun Sugar up to talk about his boxing event coming up. Or let me bring Big K up to talk about his twerk battle that's on the way. This ain't RBE battles. Y'all can say, oh, it's content for you, ARP, but I promise you, the amount of fucking money that this content pays me, the last thing I do is need it. I mean, people call me for advice, call me for... H just hit me the other day after his channel got unmonetized. He hit me up, and what did I do? I'm on it. I'm on it. Bloggers having problems with their channels or whatever, I help. Anybody ever has a problem on YouTube, whatever, DM me. I do it behind the scenes. I'm connected with certain spots or whatever. I can help and maybe get your channel back, maybe get your channel remonetized, maybe help you make more money on your channel. You know what I'm saying? Like certain interviews I'll keep doing, certain leads I'll keep promoting, and I'm going to keep booking and keep putting money in people's fucking pockets when I'm possibly taking an L. I do more as a retired fan than some niggas have done in the last 3-4 fucking years. And that's a fact. So shout out to Uppercut Podcast. I appreciate that. Marlon Christopher says URL knew you had the better league. I mean, who's better and who's not? There's certain things that I'm sure they feel like they do better, and there's certain things that I feel like I do better. I'm retired now, so the competition will never be that anymore. I think now it's just narratives and storylines and still legalities, right? So I think it's still that's there, and it could be there forever as part of battle rap's storyline. I get it. You know what I'm saying? But you don't do this type of shit. You don't spend this type of energy, this type of money, this type of moves, all the type of shit. Murder Mook. So you don't do this unless the person matters. I don't care how quiet you try to be in interviews. If behind the scenes you're scrambling and bouncing off of the fucking walls, that's because that guy ARP and his fucking team matter. So let's play stupid if you want to be fake. Michael J. Mintz says, much love and respect, ARP. Just imagine the cards we could have gotten had the sabotage not taken place. So there's been a lot of things that have been lost over the years. I think RBE brought you a lot of things that would have never happened if we weren't here, obviously, from small battles to mega matches, right? I don't know what happened with Murder Mook. He was gone for 4.5 years. 2018, we brought him back and said, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? I think he probably would have came back eventually. Even the type of business that I've put into the culture didn't exist before me. You know what I'm saying? So, but there are some battles that couldn't get done anywhere else, either because the leagues couldn't afford them, wasn't interested in them, or because there was a damaged relationship or politics preventing it. Like an example of that could be like QB versus Arsenal. People wanted the king of disrespect versus the queen of disrespect. Believe me when I say it probably wasn't going to happen anywhere else other than RBE. And there's battles like that take place in different arenas as well. Like if there's no guerrilla warfare, do we ever get the return to Lady Luck? You know what I'm saying? Do we ever get Math versus Big K? If there's no Black Ice Cartel, do we ever get Clean versus QP, which is a fucking timeless battle? If there's no King of the Dot, like, do we see some of these disaster battles and Pat Stay battles and the Soros battles and Ilmac battles? You know what I'm saying? Like if there's no RBE, does Murder Mook come back? Or how much longer until he comes? He's gone for 4.5 years. Does Jay Mills come back? Does King Los come back? Does 40 Cal come back? Does Jag come back? If there's no Chrome 23, do we get the trenches as a whole fucking league? A whole platform that's now providing for people, up and comers and top tiers. Do we get the whole trenches league if Remy never goes out there and says, I do what I want, Hitman versus Easy to Block, let's go? Y'all joking and laughing about the URL being bleeped out in the face-off. It's bigger than that. And that's why I fuck with Rem, because I don't see a lot of league owners that come around and stand what they got to stand. Everybody folds like a bitch. Not everybody, but they be folding like bitches. And the thing is, people, like, I don't want to see none of them. And this ain't no fucking stand up for Rem shit. Me and Rem don't invite each other to no fucking Thanksgiving. I'm speaking real, though. Like, I see those comments too. Oh, but Rem was standing on stages or whatever. You want to know why? Because motherfuckers that come in, they make the attempt to show everybody love and show the respect of, you were here before me. Anthony Edwards gets in his post-game interviews. When we're on the court, I'm going to go at you and I'm going to try my best to beat you. But when it's all said and done, I'm going to say and admit that Kyrie Irving is my favorite player ever. When people can keep it real, that's the product. So people's going to come in brand new, and sometimes they try to show love. They try to, this is why you see them people in the first card footage and all that type of shit. I don't know if it was genuine from that side, but it was genuine from my side, because I got the call to put niggas on a fucking guest list, and I said, of course. And when niggas walk in the building, I said, yo, what's up? And walk up on niggas and shake even after that. Walk right up to people and say, yo, what's going on, man? Are we cool? Because I'm cool. I'm not trying to fuss with nobody. Same way I could call King of the Dot or I didn't have battles that were promoted with trailers. This battle drops tomorrow. Oh shit, King of the Dot's event is tomorrow. Fuck the trailer. Fuck my reputation and the fans that got heightened for it. I'm not dropping that because King of the Dot is tomorrow. Yo, Rem, what's your dates or whatever? Yo, no mercy. What y'all got going? I'm pulling up. So much coordination with league owners and all types of shit. People make the attempts. That was a genuine relationship between Rem and dudes. But behind the scenes, if you want to cease and desist me, or you want to treat me like this, or if I feel like, oh, this battler got talked into not doing some shit, or then you stopping my money, I'm like, word. It's not an exclusive battler. It's a battle. You guys don't understand that even 70% of the time, the battlers come to the league owner. The battlers could be quiet during these league wars. And then the fans or the narrative, y'all get to spin it like, oh, you booked this person. That person came to me. Y'all remember I broke that shit down in my video before me and Flip for it. When I did the video responding to Flip and Steams. Remember that? I was just like, my first card, Goods and Danger Zone. Goods made the matchup and brought it to me. Averb, how did he end up on the card? Because Averb put out a blog saying, yo, I'm trying to give an up-and-comer a one-rounder. Y'all leads, get at me. And I saw that blog. I didn't know Averb. I saw that blog. I said, cool. I got this little youngin' over here named Adi Boom. Off rip, I'm going to give him a vet. So I took Averb up on his offer. You know how many of these battles come to us? The league owners? Because we're the gatekeepers. We're the check cutters. We're the platforms. We're the people that say yes or no unless you go get your own league. We're the people that say yes or no. 70, 60, 70% of the time, the battler comes to me. Even your fuck RBE battlers will put in a call and say, yo, what's up? What we doing? Don't make me put it out. Yo, videos like this is just for history. So, because we're not putting nothing on the RBE brand or on my name, that's false. You can have your opinions, right? But if anything's ever presented like a fact and there's little documentation or truth that negates it, nah. Rat Ruddux. Shout out to homie Rat Ruddux. I seen people when I did that reaction video recently. That was the old red live that I did the other day. And I played some of his video at the end. And somebody's like, yo, they hired us, some people. I never spoke with Rap. I'm doing it. This is all live, people. I never spoke with them prior to them creating the documentary. When they dropped that documentary, it gave me chills because I was able to tell myself, this shit sounds like they worked with somebody from RBE. So I appreciated somebody doing that level of Trap Law Ross research and going and gathering past pieces and dots and putting that together of what RBE's legacy is. I was honored. And then I asked him, I said, yo, can I wait a week or two or whatever? I know it's doing what it's doing on your channel, and then upload it to my channel because I felt like that documentary, I just wanted on the RBE channel as well. And I added that documentary to like every card playlist on our channel because I'm proud of it. Because there's a lot in that documentary. So I'll forever appreciate y'all for just going out of y'all way and creating that. Teddy Grizzle, Billionaire, Alki David, Snoop Dogg, Eminem, Vlad TV, Drake came in and dipped. RBE stayed the course for the fans. Real Rap times RBE documentary part 2. Speaking of documentaries, you got a part 2 coming. This is all live. I just said what I said, and then I'll read your fucking super. And you said, we got another live coming, homie? All right. I mean, live documentary coming? I appreciate that. I'm on the lookout. I'm gonna come at you with the same shit. I'm gonna be like, listen, man, after a week or two, could I upload it on the RBE channel? I would do the same thing again, but yo, I appreciate that. So yeah, if you got another doc coming for us, man, shit, I'm here. I'm a fan. I swear to God, I'm tuning right away. Marlon Christopher says you should come out of retirement just to ruin their lives again. LOL. If I had that level of petty, I wouldn't be who I am as a man. That's when you allow other people to fully set the course of your life. Like, You know what it took to retire without being in my ego? Like, damn, some people might think that that's like we did it on our 10-year anniversary on one of the best card construction and events ever, with a legacy main event that I couldn't wait to get done. And I spent years waiting for, and a card that went 11 for 11 when it comes to the battles turning out as being good to classic. 11 for 11. As we were being touted as the League of the Year, and as Big K was on his Champion of the Year run, it was like a clean sweep. Everything. 10-year anniversary, just the stars lined up, and that's why I was just like, I'm not coming back because I'm not going to ruin that. You can't set the stars up any better than that. There's never going to be a better retirement than how that all just lined up like that. So no, but nah, even my character is just like, nobody deserves that much of my life for me to get into a lane that I've moved past just to prove a point. That's where some people get tripped up. You know what I'm saying? Doing things to prove a point, or doing things because you're doing it off of other people's actions or other things that you're trying to possibly stop. That's how you end up with like Cassidy and Freeway, allegedly. Right? I mean, I say allegedly despite the conversations that I'm having on the fucking phone, but you know what I'm saying? So like, let that be a life lesson to people. You know, sometimes there's a very, very real statement that I'm going to make. It's very, very easy to let our egos put us on certain courses. And at times I'm guilty of that too. I have pride and ego and all of that like the next man. You know what I'm saying? And there's times where maybe I should have apologized for things and I didn't. Or maybe I did it later on. Like, I have public apologies though. I think my credit is good. I publicly apologized to Black Ice Cartel once upon a time for putting something on their name. Today's apology isn't the first time I've done it. I put something on Black Ice Cartel. I couldn't come back with the proof. I got on camera and I apologized. For my part of me and Swave having that little public thing, because I fuck with Swave so much, I said, for my part in that, I publicly apologized. Matter of fact, I did it with him on live. He was with me. You know what I'm saying? So I know we all have ego at times though. But there's just deeper meanings to me of why I do lives like this. It's not ego invoked. It's not ego invoked. I'm a proponent of the history of this platform. And when people that are willing to accept the truth come and play videos like this, they will have the reminders of what it really is. And that's important to me because the RBE legacy to me is timeless. We are on the hip hop timeline. The whole fucking world knows RBE that follows battle rap. You don't have to be number one to do that. I'm not the captain of the ship, but I'm on a boat, Beanie Siegel. Okay? I'll go scroll down my gram. Drake is talking about our shit. Snoop Dogg is talking about our shit. And then the amount of people that know us that I don't know. Like, I bump into people all the time. Oh shit, you follow? Like, yeah, I've been watching you for years. Byron, the VP from Fox 5. That's like literally the homie outside of battle rap now. Like, that's the homie for real in real life. Such a good fucking man. To meet such a prestigious, multi-millionaire heavyweight in the industry and let him tell me to my face, I've been following you and fucking with you as a platform and as a man for years. It's those reminders like, the world is tuning in. So always appreciate what you have and stick up for it, especially if you're going to sit in your truth. Doesn't have to be egotistical, and it damn sure ain't emotional. Okay? So Derek Blazing Game says still wanted King Los versus Quantum. I want to see King Los versus A Ward. And I want to see King Los versus. Well, I'll stop there for now. You want, since you brought up King Los, you know it's a classic battle. King Los versus DNA. That's a URL battle, right? You sue RBE for Daylight versus King Los, and then months later you book King Los for the first time versus DNA and get a classic. How does that work? Oh my God! Ask the questions, media. Pick your nuts up. or drop them, whatever. Whatever. I'll pause for y'all. Bring this up. Yep. Shout out to Black Ice Cartel. ARP, enjoy your retirement. Why go through the headaches again, booking battles and abandon your peace? No way. I appreciate that, Blade Brown. Thank you. 100. Shout out to my mods in the building, Queens in the building, Jay's in the building. Shout out to our members in the building. But yeah, we were. That's a conversation that me and Beasley had on the phone about me setting up Nunu Nels versus Boss Chick Rain. Just didn't happen. That's true. When we started heating up as a platform. I was on a million stage. That's a funny comment. Let me say that. So like when people say like ARP is on stage, I was on every stage, including URL. So on URL stage, I was on front and center that was laid out in certain documentaries and videos for King of the Dot. I'm standing, me and K Vaughn, I don't know if people really know their battle rap history. K Vaughn was a guy that worked with Queen's Flip. He did a lot of camera work. He was more behind the scenes. And shout out to Flip. K Vaughn was a guy that at the time when he was in battle rap, I was real cool with. And we was out in Toronto. There's a picture of us together at the bottom of my gram, matter of fact. At the bottom of my gram. He's in it where you can see what he actually looks like because he was faceless to a degree. But me and K Vaughn was standing behind Disaster when Disaster battled Pat Stay. What was that for the title? On stage. I don't know if you can see it that clear in the footage. You know, fast forward for Bola, when the incident happened with Math and Diz, I'm standing right behind Math. I flew out there to support all those 4 or 5 guys that was on King of the Dot. And then on my card the next week, I stood behind every one of them. And then the last one I stand behind, an incident happens, right? Guerrilla warfare. You go watch battles like Big Cannon versus Cortez. I'm standing, this is like 2013. We started our channel into the end of 2013. And the first card was at the top of 2014 called New Year Order. This is all before. You're going to see me standing on stage behind Big Canyon when he's battling Cortez in 2013. That's when Black Ice Cartel and Guerrilla Warfare did their co-event together, right? If you go watch King Juice's card, Triumph Over Demise, I think it was, right? The one where Young Ill and Old Red battled, and Young Ill flipped out, right? The one where Math and Hitman battled. If you go look at the footage of like Old Red versus Young Ill, I'm standing right there in the front. It's me, Mickey Fax, and Sue Surf standing right there in the front. I didn't go anywhere without the best. I do the same thing when I go to concerts. I'm so consistent. I always want the best ticket possible. I'm a fan of battle rap. And if the best seat in the house is right there on stage and it's for sale, I bought it. I bought it. And I was there supporting every league. I was going around the country, and I was even going out of the country to Toronto on my dollar, hotels, flights, rental cars, all that. And what I was giving back to the culture for that was tweets and blogs as recaps. That's it. That's where I come from. That's the start of ARP. Traveling to every fucking event live and tweeting about the bars and who's winning the rounds and who's winning the battles. And then that turned into video content because my phone was dying in the fucking building. It's trying to tweet forever and all this type of shit. Every bar, my phones was dying. And then I got to the point where I said, I just got to say this shit on video. You know what I'm saying? Every league that had a card that I was like, oh, I got to see that. I'm there. I'm there. I was there for that Detroit shit where Calico and Daylight battled for 1 round. The first JC and Old Red battle where they battled for 2 rounds. I was there. I was there. It's all on my Instagram too. You know what I'm saying? Early shit. I was there for UW. That's one of the stages where I didn't try to get on because that shit was fucking pandemonium. Like Hollow versus Lux. I was there. If you scroll down to the bottom of my gram, you see me standing outside in that picture. It's me and Nunu Nels talking face to face, having a conversation. It's on my Instagram. Me and Nunu Nels just be real cool. You know what I'm saying? And I never had no problem with her. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I guess, the two sides. But, you know, we used to be cool. You see it right there. Us talking because it was all battle rap. Whether you're a blogger, whether you're legal. And this is why I had support for my, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes, I'm not saying URL, but sometimes people do the whole like, do good, but not better. There's other league owners that's like that. Like I want you to do good, but not better than me. Don't pass me. Whatever you do, do not pass me. And as that pass happens, that's where you see it turning. The jealousy turns more. Other people, though, it was more of a competitive thing. Market dominance, dominating the space, alleged monopolizing. You know, that's all part of what you, that's why I said, it's cool. 10 years, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, fight the fight. I ain't bitching. You know what I'm saying? Look at who we are. Complaining. I ain't complaining about shit. If I could change, if I go back and change anything, there's not much I would change. Maybe like little small situations here and there, but like I probably would have never edited Rosenberg versus Heavy Half. That was my ego. I could admit it. That was my ego. I was like, Rosenberg, bro, you're gonna come to this fucking battle late as the main event, so we under your gun. Let us sit here in an hour in a venue like this, and because I didn't book that battle that I think you wanted, you know what I'm saying? You gonna come here, tap me in my fucking chest while you rapping and all that type of shit, and then diss me in the middle of the fucking round. I wasn't going for it with Rosenberg. I wasn't going for it with Arsenal versus Show Off. I wasn't going. I'm gonna get you for it one way or another. I had to mature through that. I had to grow through that shit. Like, I'm not playing with y'all. Like, I'm not that league owner. Like, you got been through that shit with somebody else. And you mature through it, man. You mature, you grow through it, you evolve through it. You know what I'm saying? You evolve through this shit. I appreciate that, genius. Oh, that's Remedy. What's good, homie? Where you been? Where you been? Monster Hunter says, ARP, thank you, sir. You are right. Ego is a bitch. You wanna slide on? Yeah, you always keep it 100. Do to you be. Thank you. I appreciate that, homie. Remedy says, I never worked with RBE, but could tell from a mile away their business is better than URL. I never even met this man. That's crazy for you to say. You are a legend, sir. I would love to get you on a Now What battle or a Full Circle battle in 2025. It's like one of the main reasons why I'm glad like Thesaurus is finally debuting, because the library and the legacy of RBE is, once again, I want the greats to come through the rucker. You know what I'm saying? When KD shows up and he drops 80 and Kobe shows up and Iverson show up to the KD, and they're not going to sit on the sideline in a suit playing politics. Like, the rucker is a different situation. We climbing up on the gate. We screaming at you. You feel like you might not even be able to walk out of here if you come up in here and you drop the ball. The rucker. You know what I'm saying? So having the greats coming through the rucker is something that I'm just honored for. You know, I feel like there's a couple people left. Like when you talk about there are certain greats where I know they're never going to battle on RBE, but from that same point though, like it would have been dope to have Surf, and me and Surf negotiate like 5 times. Would have been dope to maybe see Rock come through, Twerk, the Remedies of the world, the sources of the world, which is now happening. Madflex, me and Madflex are DMing. We were DMing a couple weeks ago. I never had an on-stage battle with Disaster, but he did a quarantine joint when everybody was quarantined off, and we kicked off the card social distance, right? That's still dope. 40 Cal wild out though. That's when he surprised all of us. He brought math on camera. That was crazy. Like, social distance is dope. Now I think about it. But yeah, that's a Disaster battle. Fuck y'all. I got Disaster battling on my channel. He wrote around for RBE, so and performed it. So who else? I'm I'm gonna go blank. There's still people. Lux, of course. Lux is dope. Lux is past dope. Lux is great. Me and Lux has negotiated a couple times, didn't work out. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. Shout out to the members in the building. 3-letter, what up, homie? Hey, glad to hear Mad Flex is in discussion. Yeah, we was DMing a couple weeks ago. So that would be dope. MREC TV is in the building. Appreciate you, G. How you been? No, wouldn't. Or put it this way. First and foremost, I don't have beef with anybody. I'm past that part. I put in enough work in my life, and I'm talking about it in that sense. Okay, y'all notice. I don't know if you could read it, but I left a lot of things alone in the past. I'm not talking about battle rap wise. Like, it's just, you got to grow away from things. You know, I grew up like any other fucking kid, to say the least. I guess that's the best way I could put it. All right. So I don't have beef with any of these people. You don't see me get on camera and calling people out their name and talking with violence or nothing like that. Like, I don't got beef with none of these people. You know, it's a battle rap rivalry that has always been there. And it's resulted in a lot of things. It resulted in courts and lawyers and cards and money and competition. I would love to be able to just brush it all under the fucking umbrella of competition. Cool. I would rather that. But there's nothing to squash. I don't want to shake anybody's hand. I don't want to be anybody's friend. I just want to stay over here and just do what I do. And there's gonna be times where they do what they do, and I'm gonna watch. I might even recap or like whatever. Like, I'm cool. And another reason why it doesn't change anything is because I'm really retired as far as what I explain my retirement to be. Like, there's not gonna be no. That's never gonna happen. You guys are not gonna get to see that. I know you guys want to see that, but that's not gonna happen. There's not gonna be no COVID, nothing like that. Nah, it's never gonna happen. DNA's battled on RBE twice. Jerome, our library is so deep that it's easy to forget. DNA battled Big Cannon on a Lift His Soul card that was themed out. Every battle had a theme, and at the time, Big Cannon was the king of rebuttals on RBE. So we did a RBE King of Rebuttals battle, and DNA then took the crown from Big Cannon, doing mid-round rebuttals and all type of shit. Like, he went crazy. And then the second time DNA was on RBE was a 2-on-2. DNA and Charlie Clips versus Big Cannon and Young Cannon. It's the only 2-on-2 we ever did, right? I was never really too big for RBE. I'm not hating on 2-on-2s. I was just never big on them for RBE. But that 2-on-2, that's what Charlie DNA did his thing, but Charlie Clips went fucking insane in that shit. After that, people were offering me Charlie Clips and Goods to debut together. That's what I mean. Like people don't understand how much of these battles and battlers come to the platform. Yeah, we make our calls too. That's the reputation. That's the public perception. Such and such called me. I got the call. And we make a lot of calls. But the battlers make a lot of calls too. They make just as much, if not more, than the league owners. Real shit. Yeah, Jerome, you're damn right. What are you talking about, Frederick? I only brought this up because I think it's funny, dude. You're not cool because these ain't toys, man. These are I guess some of them might be toys. Up top, I'm lying. All right, but it's just shit from either that I think is dope up here or from our childhood. B, are you crazy? You got Dawson, you got Chun-Li, you got Guile, you got BioShock, a Big Daddy from BioShock. That's one of the best fucking first-person shooters of all time. You got Ken, you got Akuma, you got Sagat over here, you got Scorpion, you got Goro, you got Mario behind me. Fuck you talking about? You got fucking Pennywise right there. Like, you kidding me? With the exception of the Bapes and the Cause, it's our childhood, man. You better respect the childhood that we came up in. What? Kidding me? Paying homage behind me, damn near. even of the 4 Bear Bricks, I ain't gonna lie. Squid Games is coming up. I gotta see what the second season about. But The Matrix is one of my favorite movie series of all time. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, dog, I'm paying homage in my background. Kidding me? Salute, G. For sure. Thank you, everybody. Yeah. There's a lot of classics on that channel. You do it consistently for 10 years. There's a lot of shit there. And when I say consistently, I mean the output that we did from when you first met us all the way through my retirement to close out 2023. It's been the consistent volume that we just stayed there through the ups, the downs, the wins, the losses, the make money, the lose money. There's other leagues that literally take hiatuses and be away for a year or be away for years or just reduce down from doing 4 events to 1 event, or like we've never did that. We came in like this and we stayed like this, or we jumped up. We never was here and went down. We never did that on y'all ever. And Jigga held you down 10 summers. Damn. Where's I'm not bringing up any DNA disrespect on this screen. Y'all are tripping. DNA is a GOAT. Some people could put him on their Mount Rushmore. DNA versus Disaster is one of the best battles of all time. Definitely got to be like a top 20, 30 battle of all time. And I might have been, even just now, said something disrespectful. Some people might have it much higher than that. ARP, leave him alone, B. Everyone knows ARP likes TV shows and movies. I remember he did a blog on his favorite movies. Yeah, I wish I would have edited that. I did like a top 100 or a top 50 DVDs or some shit like that. I was tripping as far as how I put that video together. All right, let me see if there's anything else in the chat that I need to answer before I get up out of here. Charles Muhammad says, you probably answered this before. I know Clips wasn't allowed to freestyle against Rosenberg, but what was the exact wording in the contract? It wasn't RBE trying to limit Charlie Clips's freestyle, because Charlie Clips is also, let's be fair. Charlie Clips and me have even had this conversation before with Charlie Clips. Sometimes he's like, I don't get it, because sometimes they'll praise him for some of his freestyle, like, oh my God. And other times they'll kill him for it. Now, obviously it's about the quality of the freestyle. Like if we feel like it feels like you jumped off your round and you started freestyling versus you doing some wild ass rebuttal versus fucking Serious Jones. It's like, so, I mean, even though Serious Jones has some shit in there too, but so it wasn't just that. I don't try to stifle anybody's talent. It was more so about the timing of the battle. That's the thing about being in this whole war zone of leagues. You have to navigate it. You know, people are more and more starting to complain about the amount of leagues, but it was always something to like. So when I was coming up, you had URL, you had King of the Dot, you had Black Ice Cartel, you had UW, you had Guerrilla Warfare, you had the heyday of battle rap, you had up and comers doing 100,000+ views on YouTube, you had everybody on YouTube, you had Facebook groups, you had a million more fucking bloggers that got paid attention to, you had before the ad apocalypse on YouTube, where people's getting paid for YouTube crazy. Like it was insane. That golden moment rush that RBE was always there. To me, that's the heightened competition, because I'm also there when Alka David comes through, when Vlad TV comes through and does killer leagues with math. I'm also there when Total Slaughter gets announced and people are saying all you other leagues might as well go away. Total Slaughter's here now. I'm here and I'm through with RBE fighting and going through all of that shit. I'm driving down that road, avoiding potholes and all that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? It's not like it is today. So whether you're saying the word saturation or not, the competition back then was greater. Even the gain was high. The battlers cost less. YouTube was through the roof. Like it was crazy. It was crazy, dog. And anyway, I said all that to say, mini topic right there, that when you are in these type of arenas where there's a lot going on, you have to time your shit. And I'm working with battlers at times that are on other platforms, which is something that I always endorsed. Move around, get your bag. If you could be Floyd Mayweather and give me 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 battles a year with you going untouched, I'm gonna click play and pay for it every fucking time. And Charlie Clips was getting chipped. It was killing them, and it was killing my promotion. And it happened at a time where consistent ARP that stays to the reputation of RBE and the politics of RBE, he wasn't supposed to accept another battle. Just like I talked about in my live the other day with Old Red versus Chilla Jones and Old Red versus EK on my shit, I didn't send no cease and desist. Okay? Charlie Clips calls me and says, they just called me to battle Jazz. And I know that this could hurt me. And I say, get your bag, my nigga, it's all good. But when it's time for my battle, I need one of those performances. And the Jazz performance wasn't good. So from a promo run standpoint, the ball is now dropped. And then he and I agreed, even the promotional aspect of saying no freestyle helps him come back into my platform and my promo run raised up from where he just got dropped off in the Jazz battle. And that's why sometimes leagues will tactically make sure that they choose a date before you. Hello, Marty McFly, pay attention. It's no different than how fucking Math and Diz happen, because the guy ARP steps out the way and says, even though I have that contract, I'm still going to support what the fans want to see. I didn't send a cease and desist for Verb and Lux. Support what the fans want to see. I'm going to try to work with the battlers in a way where I don't get fucked over, or at least I get a good product. And then some of the reason why we get the battles that we get, they look around, they say, why does RBE, for pockets of the battle rap timeline, have the reputation for having the best battles, the best quality? Some of it is because of how I work and deal with and I represent myself towards the battlers. If I don't treat you like business, you look at me different, like he ain't that type of guy. All right? Like, yo, I didn't have to call Math and say, yo, it's all good. I'm literally paying the bag for your return battle. I'm making that type of statement. Return. I just gave it to King of the Dot. Oh, you got this back. You know what? Fuck. Charlie Clips, you're literally calling me and saying, yo, they just called me to book Jazz. Do you have a problem with it? Like, where do we stand? And I say, go. I don't send a cease and desist. I don't try to block the battle. I say, go. But when it's my turn, that's how you end up getting Charlie Clips versus Rosenberg Raw, where he comes in and saying, ARP, I got to take care of you. Because of look how you treat niggas. That's part of it. Even how you are as a league owner can reflect the quality of battles that you get. If you're out here doing bad business or lying or cheating or treating people like they just contractors instead of being a little like, listen, man, one hand wash the other. I'm gonna respect you the way you deserve to be respected. I never played boss. When Caution and Remedy Loco call me boss, I correct them. I say, don't call me that. I know they just saying it in slang. I say, don't call me that. I'm your peer. I'm not your boss. I'm not trying to be your leader. I'm the face and the leader of RBE, and you battling here. But as far as me and you, we're not going to treat each other like that. You're not going to treat me like I'm here and you're here, because I'm going to treat you like we both here. People respect that. It's a formula to this shit. And that's why you got good league owners and shitty ones. And it can't just be a formula on some business shit. Part of it has to be baked into who you are as a person. Stop. I played Infinite, beat it. I played the first one, beat it. Played the second one with the sisters, with the little sisters, beat them. Who are you talking to? Did you lose a bet in retirement? What was up? What you put up? No, I won a bet. My bet was with Math Hoffa that I never do a live pay-per-view or host a battle in 2024 to prove my retirement. And we had to put a timestamp on it or else nobody would ever get paid. And that timestamp was by Christmas time, and the losers to pay the winner $2,000. And what Math did in the sneaky ways, he came on my live streams and he gave me a $500 super chat, basically saying like, yo, man, it's all good. Like, let's leave it here. So I allowed him to pre-purchase his loss for $500 instead of wait until Christmas and hold him to $2,000. And I only do that. And me and him laugh about shit like this because that's my nigga. Shout out to Math. Facts, opinions, no lies. This whole live. Stop asking me about that lady. I'm not saying that lady's name. I'm not breaking my streak. It's been years since I said that lady's name. I'm not gonna break my streak. Don't say that woman's name. Salute you. Yeah, to a degree that is, but he got on a three-way call with me and Holla because we was arguing about the debt. Like, he tried to pull that bullshit on MEO. He shows knowledge and Misfit and Cortez, my fucking text message of me offering him a full circle battle. He was like, is this him trying to book me? The stipulations for our bet was never if I book battles. If that was the case, I would have already lost our fucking bet because full circle battles started in the end of 2023. Math. Remember who you playing with. So yeah, he tried that on his own platform. Like, look, he tried to book me for a full circle. Yeah, that's always been a part of my retirement. I'm gonna do one off and just go straight to YouTube with him. Like, duh. I'm going to a bet already losing it. Like, shut up. Yeah, don't mention her. I appreciate that, G. He is. You gotta keep your eyes on Math. He's cunning. He's slick. You gotta keep your eyes on him. All right. Let me just go to my super. I don't think I missed anything. I appreciate everybody. I bet you no apologies or addressing the way I did to open up this video will come back in my direction. And if they do, then I'll be wrong. But I doubt it. You know, but I just set a standard of taking accountability. Hopefully, it can be left here. I don't mind at all. But let's not do the putting things on RBE's name that could create a light of something that I'm not and that we are not. That's all. Everybody else, appreciate y'all.
Don't confuse silence with work ethic. I'm a boss making decisions, my first fetish. The verse cherished is perfect, that's a reverse blemish. I dropped it, connected the block, learn Tetris.
This is the Sorry It's True podcast. Welcome to the house of and shout out to the members.